blessed, beautiful morning.
Yeah.
A perfect day to continue the fight, as we've been every single day since this bill was introduced, to change the system. Change what's not working. Everyone knows the definition of insanity. People say things not working, it's not working. So in my role that I'm so humbled to have, so honored to have, because it is a life-changing role. It's a life-saving role if you do it right, if you try on it. And that was my goal in having this position, to share what we don't know. And a lot of what happens in this field when we talk about mental health and substance use disorder is the stigma, the misunderstanding and just the unknown. So it was so important to show my colleagues, to show my constituents what is happening in our state, in our communities, and what is not happening. And treatment, not jails, is such an important step in making sure that people who need the help, who are at that rock bottom, can find their way up, can get on a supportive path to recovery in supportive environments. Jail should not be the best place for you. Prison should not be where you go to get better. I mean, I know they say it's rehabilitation, but it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So this bill is going to change the system. It's going to change the procedure and get people straight to the help as soon as they need it, and not traumatize them more, and not withhold progress, because we know what really happens in there, and it's not always good things. So we have what, 18 days left?
Yes.
18 days left.
Done.
In Albany and in between, we have to keep pushing. We have to make sure that this happens, because people's lives cannot wait one more second. Every couple of seconds, every 90 minutes, we're losing a New Yorker. And the time is now to make that change for them, for their family, and for everyone in the state. So thank you to my colleagues, the sponsor, for introducing it. But it's time to save New York, to save lives, and put treatment and not jail.
That's right. Treatment, not just, right? Now I know it's going to stir a little bit, but I want the governor to hear us. What do we want? Treatment. Where do we want it?
Now.
18 days, I heard, right? That's what it takes. 18 days for New York State to do what they should have already done. 18 days to make sure that the most vulnerable in our communities, that could be me or you, will be taken care of in our time of need. How can New York have 988 without TNJ?
That's right.
Let's be real. When we say we show up for the people, we have to do just that. If 63% of the incarcerated population that needs mental health services is not receiving it, we are falling short. Right. Now, I want to introduce you to another TNJ OG. Some people might call it a ghost. Actually, she's the reason we're all here. This bill was her idea back in 2020.
All right.
She actually represents the
right.
13th Senate District in Queens. All right?
Yeah.
Which covers Jackson Heights, Corona, and East Elmhurst. And borders. Remember that dirty place I was telling you about called Rikers Island?
Yeah.
Which she actually routinely visits to shine a light on the horrors that transpired there. And I know from personally working behind those dirty walls that regardless of what change we say we're going to make, it has to be implemented. And it's done. And when people go into Rikers Island with a mental health concern, oftentimes they end up in punitive segregation because correctional officers are not equipped to understand when someone decompensates. Let me get back to her introduction. She's a ferocious advocate and unstoppable legislative force. And I like to stand next to her because I know she's about her business. She shows up when she says she's going to show up, and she actually fights for the people that she says she's going to fight for. We are all her constituents in that way. Whether you live in her district or not, then this bill is a representation of her character. So, without further ado, Senator Jessica Brown. stand next to me today and every day. It only means we are getting closer to making treatment, not jail, a reality. This same coalition, with my support and so many of my colleagues, were also able to ensure that we have a new chief judge, Rowan Wilson, who is a big believer and promoter of mental health courts. That also puts us one step closer to making TNJ a reality in New York State. You know, I spent part of my break doing a little court watch. I went to drug diversion court in Queens and I went to veterans court in Queens. I got to see a very different environment than what I see when I go and do court watch in criminal court. Come on now. It just wasn't the same, Dr. V. It was not the same. In these mental health courts, we see the judges, the clerks, the public defenders, even the DA's office, if you can believe it, actually meet in the morning, talk about every single case, and you can see how they've made an effort to become experts in the person who's coming before them that day.
Yeah.
They're not just a number, they're not just another statistic, they're the human being with needs that is coming before them that day.
Yes.
Right.
That should not be special. That should not be an asterisk.
That's right.
That should not be something that happens ad hoc. That is something that should happen time and time again.
Yeah.
So that we can keep those human beings safe along with the rest of us. 39 mental health courts currently operate in the state of New York. And we cannot rest until every single county has at least one.
That's right.
Because not only is it the right thing to do, the moral thing to do, it's actually what makes the most financial sense. Come on now.
Yeah.
For all of the money that would be invested for every dollar, we would actually get $2.21 back. So what are we doing?
That's right.
Because when that person is able to get better, when that person gets their medication, is able to graduate from their program, they're going to be able to take care of their family. They're going to be able to hopefully return to the workforce. And that is actually even better for our economy. We want people making positive contributions to our economy and to our communities. So, look, we have 17 days left. TNJ is an idea whose time has come. More and more people know about this because all of you have been such amazing ambassadors of this coalition and of our intent to keep people safe. And I want to thank you because over the next 17 days, we are going to have to hammer it home and make sure the bill crosses the line. Let me just say something before I introduce the next sponsor on this and wisdom. And let me just also say, she leads but does not follow. She is truly what we say is an example of leadership. She shows up in the community whether it's a Monday or a Sunday. And when I say she's here to fight for us and our rights on domestic soil, when we even should not have to do so, but she is doing it because she believes in the people that put her in office. She believes in the promises that she gave all of us in Brooklyn when she took over this seat. And so I'm so proud to stand next to the other sponsor for this beautiful bill. Assuming member Farrah, she's on the floor. Hello again, everyone. How y'all doing today? Y'all look so good. Y'all look ready to go into battle because we are in battle mode.
That's right.
The war we are fighting is not a war that requires guns. It requires compassion. It requires compassion. It requires care. It requires understanding. It also requires boots on the ground. And these boots right here, these boots right here understand that on the ground there is a cry. There is a cry out for the injustice imposed upon people. Human beings are being dehumanized every day. They're being dehumanized when they encounter a court system that does not understand who they are, the person behind the name. The court system, the people are also dehumanized by a criminal justice system that has places like institutions like Rikers that strips the person down to their basic body. Because that's what it is when you're in Rikers. You're a body behind bars. And so, when I say we are on battlegrounds, we are engaging in warfare. We are engaging in warfare against a system that strips us of our humanity. And we're here to say, this is the year we say it stops right now. We say, hell no. It won't go. Because what we really need is treatment, not jail. We need treatment, not jail. We put $30 million in the budget, right? That piece of moral document that says that we care about people. We care about their struggles. We care about where they've been, and we want them to keep going to where they want to go. Okay? But now, we need the governor to put pen on paper and say that in addition to this $30 million, we need treatment, not jail. We need a court system that recognizes the victim, the community, the person, the families, that everybody's around this one case. It is a beautiful thing, as Senator Ramos said, when you walk into treatment court, if you haven't been there, go. Run. Hop, skip. I don't care how you get there. But when you go in there to see the collaboration, it reminds me of my duty as a nurse to collaborate around my patient. If I want that patient to walk out whole, I gotta engage the entire system. Because we're not here to put a band-aid. We're here to clean up again. We're here to treat that person and give them what they need so they can sit out the door and not come back. Did I say that? Not come back. We need treatment, not jail, to speak to us and into our community. Treatment, not jail, is what us New Yorkers needed. We need our humanity back. We can't stand aside and watch our people on the edge.
That's right.
We cannot stand back and just watch them.
That's
We all
right.
have to be engaged. And so every person that knocks on every door, that talks to the legislators, that goes to the government and says, listen, this is the solution. I thank you. I thank you for your minute. I thank you for your hours. I thank you for your years of service for all the New Yorkers. In closing, we all know somebody that needs help. Let me tell you, I need help too. Okay? So when I'm here as the sponsor, understand I'm asking you for help. If you're not a sponsor on the bill, get on the bill.
Come on now.
If you're not in your family, get on the talk to your family. Talk to your DA. Talk to everybody because we need all hands on deck. And so my heart is with you all. And I say thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
For treatment, not jail. Not jail. Excuses, no BS, because this is the year for treatment, not jail. Not jail. When mental health is under attack, what do we do? Stand up. Now, I'm going to keep it going because we came here to do a job, right? To pass the bill, but also to hear from those directly impacted. Now, I want to bring up someone who is a comrade in this fight, locally, statewide, and even nationally. I want to bring up a comrade who has survived the beast of Rikers Island. She's a survivor. We actually call her Candy, aka the solitary.
That's it.
Woo! So,
Go, Candy.
she was actually held on Rikers from 2012 to 2015, mostly in solitary confinement. And remember I said when people have mental health concerns, usually they end up in punitive segregation.
That's
That's
right.
another word for solitary
That's it.
confinement.
That's right.
Before actually being acquitted. Did y'all hear me? She spent 3 years in solitary confinement before actually being acquitted. So once again, when I say who are we incarcerating, this is a perfect example of who should not be incarcerated and who should actually have access to the resources in the community. And here's the thing. Many times people believe that those behind the walls are criminals, are the worst of the worst, are the pigs in our community. But I'm here to tell you that somebody who's been on both sides, professionally and personally, that that's a lie. I'm here to tell you, as Skip has showed you today, that you can be incarcerated for over 20 years, back and forth, and still be the ED. That you can with a PhD. So when we believe in our community, we can move mountains. When we give our community the resources that they need to thrive and survive, we all be great.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Candy, come on up here.
Woo!
And so, for anyone out there foolish enough to say people can just get treated in jail, listen to Candy. Listen to her truth. Hear her clearly and take it back to your community and tell them what you've learned today. Candy, aka the solitary survivor. Yes! Treatment not jail! Treatment not jail! Treatment not jail! Treatment not jail! Treatment not jail!
Hello, everyone. Thank you to all of you for being here. My name is Candy, aka Solitary Survivor. I use the alien Solitary Survivor because I spent 1,168 days on Rikers Island. Yes, I call it Rikers Island. Out of those 1,168 days, I spent 1,122 days in solitary confinement. 1,122 days is an approximated time for hours in and out of the hospital for suicidal attempts. He's a cut mark. I had hung myself in the cell while a mental health worker watched me. The sheet that I used had locked. On another occasion, a mental health worker watched me take over 80 pills that I had saved. I say that to say people with mental health issues get no treatment being incarcerated. We actually get treated worse. Before I was wrongfully incarcerated, I did not have mental health issues. Hence, I didn't go through treatment court. After being tortured on Rikers Island, I developed several mental health illnesses, including post-traumatic stress disorder. Honestly, until this very moment, I want to commit suicide. I think death will end the day here, seize the nightmares I continuously had. I was physically assaulted, sexually assaulted by officers, denied meals, and the few times I was given meals, it check my medical records. I'm being honest. I had suffered for over 3 consecutive years while awaiting my speedy trial. Yes, you heard it correctly. I took over 3 years to have a speedy trial.
That ain't right.
Shame. Which I was found not guilty of all charges. Shame. I stand before you as an innocent woman with no criminal record. As much as I thought about it, I also did not agree to plead guilty to a crime that I did not commit. Just so I could end the torture, the pain, the rape. I had thought about pleading guilty, but I did not. There are people that plead guilty that are in fact not guilty.
That's true.
I would have been one of those people. Right now, people have to plead guilty to go through mental health court.
That's true.
I believe people with mental health concerns should be able to resolve their cases through treatment court. Being incarcerated does nothing at all to help anyone.
That's
It
right.
makes matters worse.
Right.
Being incarcerated actually causes mental illnesses.
Yes.
Look at me. I'm a living testimony.
Yes.
Placing people in dungeons is harmful to them and the community. I not only have mental and physical scars from being wrongfully incarcerated, I had also became homeless because of it.
That ain't
Just,
right.
Right.
just think about how much better off everyone would be if people with mental health concerns could get support instead of being sent to those nasty, filthy, smelly, rodent-infested dungeons.
Yes.
They will improve their own lives and the entire community will be safer. I know that getting help with my mental health issues has been imperative. I know the legislature will pass the treatment not jail bill and the governor will sign it this session. Because God told me so. God is in charge.
Yes.
And he has the final say so.
Yes.
God said we must act now to keep more people with mental health concerns from being killed and damaged
Yes.
by the criminal judicial system. Amen.
Amen.
I apologize for talking about religion and God, but that's the problem with what I know. It's hard not to believe that there's no God.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
We just want to remind you all that 63% of those incarcerated right now do not receive the mental health treatment that they are supposed to receive. So when the judge, when the DA decides or says that sending our community members to jail is safer, is better, they are lying.
That's right.
And I want you to understand that fact. We have to show up for each other because if we don't speak up, no one else will. So go out and demand that your elected officials do their job and show up for the people. And show up for the people means passing TNJ this session. I don't care if it's 17 days or 18 days. We want TNJ passed in less than 10. TNJ! 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 When mental health is under attack, what do you do? Stand up like that! When mental health is under attack, what do you do? Stand up like that! Peace and blessings. I'm Chaplain Dr. Victoria A. Phillips, and we are the Treatment Not Jail Coalition.